everyone, and welcome back to another Marvel Legacy review, this time continuing the X-Men franchise with X-Men Origins Wolverine. Released in 2009, starring Hugh Jackman, Liev Schreiber, Danny Huston, Lynn Collins, Ryan Reynolds, and a lot of other people who stand around and do nothing like the other X-Men movies. So X-Men Origins was supposed to be the start of a new line of X-Men prequel movies detailing the origins of certain characters that would appear in the main X-Men trilogy. So for the first Origins movie, they decided to go with Wolverine, who's been the main character of all these movies. It's just a missed opportunity. Why is this about Wolverine? Why not do the first X-Men team? Why not just pick any character that appears in the X-Men trilogy except for Wolverine, since he's been the main character. He's been the main character. We don't need a whole movie to focus on him right away. Not only is the concept wasted, but it also fails as a prequel movie. If the movie was just called The Wolverine, I could probably forgive it because, it would act more as a standalone movie. But they intentionally titled it X-Men Origins. They marketed it as a prequel. So why just completely break the continuity that you've established in the previous three movies? So, for example, Cyclops, who plays a minor role in this movie, is way older than he should be at this point in the timeline. Wolverine and Sabretooth are brothers, apparently, which is not the case at all in the first X-Men movie. And William Stryker, the bad guy from X-Men 2, is the bad guy of this movie, significantly older than he should be at this point in time, and his plan is very similar to what he does in X-Men 2. If you're gonna make a prequel movie, why just contradict the movies that you're being a prequel to? Like, just do something else. I don't know why they had to contradict it so much. It just makes it weird. Again, if this was a standalone movie, I would forgive it, because that wouldn't be a problem. But they purposely made it a prequel and decided to just ignore the stuff that happened in the other movies. It also just fails as a Wolverine movie. Like, so the intro of the movie very briefly shows his childhood. Him getting his claws, the bone claws, for the first time. Learning that Sabretooth and him are brothers. And then throughout the introductory credits, we see him and Sabretooth throughout the centuries fighting through the major world wars, starting with the Civil War. And then eventually being recruited to join Stryker's secret mutant team, in which Wolverine and Sabretooth grow apart, because Wolverine doesn't like the fact that Sabretooth is killing people. Which doesn't really make any sense. We don't understand why he doesn't like that. Why does he not approve of that? He's been living with this guy for centuries. They're brothers who have fought in every major war. But I guess Wolverine just doesn't like him killing innocent people now. Even though really he shouldn't have a problem with it. Or maybe they could just explain it. I don't know. It's a Wolverine movie. You could maybe tell us about the character a little bit. But no, they'd rather just, him be like an action hero and what's the point if making a movie about Wolverine if we're not going to really, develop any of his feelings or motivations for anything? So it's a wasted concept, fails as a prequel movie, fails as a Wolverine movie. It's also filled with generic music, bad CGI, bad action, especially bad dialogue. It's just the dumbest things are said. Still, at this point in time, every other character is sidelined. We know next to nothing about anyone. Yes, Deadpool sucks, I know. I'm not even going to talk about that. The same problems from the X-Men trilogy, but now those problems are even more apparent, with some new problems as well. My score for this movie is terrible. Wasted concepts, fails as a prequel, fails as a Wolverine movie, and there's so many bad elements to it. It's an overall just waste of time. But that's what I think about X-Men Origins Wolverine. I didn't really go much in depth, but it's just not good. It's so bad. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time when I review X-Men First Class. Which is what this movie probably should have just been. So yeah, goodbye.